Hello, my name is Maurice. I'm Maurice Wubben. I'm from the Westland area here in Holland where many greenhouses are. And I'm responsible here at Floriade for the greenhouse where we are now. This is very special because there's a lot of techniques in this greenhouse for helping the grower. For instance, there is a climate computer which is taking care of the climate in the greenhouse, how far are the windows opened, what's the temperature, the humidity, etc. It's all automatic, organized by the grower. But this makes this greenhouse very special. It's a really high-tech greenhouse. And I really hope that this greenhouse will stay for the people who are going to live here after Floriade, because there are 600 of houses, apartments are being built here. And I hope that people can use the greenhouse for growing their vegetables. Here I have a drone, a very tiny drone. It's called Pest, which is in Holland the noise of this. And it means that we want to get rid of all those insects. Here in the greenhouse you see two cameras, a black one and a white one. They're working together, monitoring this crop of gerbera flowers in this case. And they're monitoring this on moths, because growers don't want moths getting caterpillars and destroying your crop. This is what they don't want, so want to catch the moths. And those two cameras, with the help of this drone, really can do this. When they detect a moth, mostly by night, they send the drone to it from the platform to the moth directly. They are flying with the propellers, but at the same time, when they are in the neighborhood of a moth, the moth is sucked into these propellers and it won't like it. It will die, and that's the way a kind of mechanical crop protection with drones and cameras and robots and big data will help horticulture in Holland worldwide more and more for the crop protection, but also for gathering many other important information. You see the yellow sticky tabs? That's a monitoring tab, so that growers see, hey, I have aphids, but you have to read those sticky tabs. Now we are working on cameras to read those sticky tabs and count the insects every week by a camera. So also there's software developed for this. And all things in horticulture, software, cameras are being developed fast. There is an orange camera too here. That's the camera working for a different purpose. And you will also find that in the pepper and tomato crops, because nurseries are getting bigger and bigger in Holland. This is really a tiny nursery, but the biggest tomato grower in Holland is 200 hectares. And the grower cannot see every day his crop, not check if it is healthy, is the color of the head of the plant okay, which the growers really want to know, if it's, is it producing enough. So those type of cameras will help the grower with time-lapse 24/7, with pictures they can see and they can check how's the plant feeling. So you also can make close-ups. The grower looking at the plant like it's a person, it's like a people. How's the head, how's the color, is it smiling, how are the leaves, is there some excitement in the plant. Growers can read the plant if it's happy for produce the tomatoes enough and of the quality they want. This greenhouse is a very sustainable greenhouse, which is also one of the Floriade themes. And another way of working very sustainable is that we work with growing gutters. None of the feed we give to the plants is getting into the ground. That's also a very important sustainable way of growing. Here we have an example of biological crop protection. What's inside? Tiny insects. It's working in the way like that in nature, every insect has his natural enemy. And in this crop, there's lots of pests, aphids, thrips, spider mites, and much more. And this system is working that the natural enemy of, for instance, aphids, we are growing such a sustainable way. Crop protection. They started with growing the natural enemy of aphids and put them in the bag, bring it in the crop, and those insects want to do only one thing, and that is finding food, finding aphids, finding ticks, finding the natural enemy. So what they do is just what they do in nature, but the only thing is we bring it in the crop, and they do the same sustainable thing, so that the grower does not need no chemicals at all, but I think 90% less. Unbelievable what nature can do, that you can ask yourself the question, why did we ever start with chemicals? That also has its reason, because there's also, besides of pests, we have diseases in the crop. They are much more difficult to protect with biological protection. For those diseases, we have to spray sometimes. Then it's important that you don't use the chemicals, killing the natural enemies again, or your bees for pollination. That makes that it also is really a job with a lot of knowledge. In horticulture, there are jobs for people who want to help with growing flowers and plants, but also food production, which is very important for the world, can be helped also with those people.